Welcome to the Hona podcast with
Mike and Shal. I got them both.
Boom. Today's episode is a quick one, so have a nice little walk, enjoy the sunshine if it's sunny where you are. But we're going to be talking about silent treatments.
Yeah, silent nail appointments I thought we could go into today.
Yeah, and this is an interesting one because it's something which is becoming more popular. Mm-hmm. It goes against everything in my body because I can't stand silence.
Yeah.
But
who knew?
Who knew? There's more and more clients out there that want a silent appointment, whether they're neurodiverse, whether they want to have a moment to just relax and meditate and just almost have like that spa vibe feeling. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're going to go into why you as a nail tech, if you're able to offer it, why you should. Mm-hmm.
But I think also from the nail tech's point of view as well, there's a huge, assumption that every nail tech is chatty, and that's not always the case. So if that is you, we got some tips for you too.
Yeah. Before we get into that though, how about shout out of the week? Go on, you have this one.
So I actually have one down. I wanted to give Sarah McKelvy a shout out this week.
I see Sarah McKelvy's name a lot. Why do I see Sarah McKelvy?
Because she's a top contributor in the Hona community.
Here we go, Anne.
Yes. So I want to give Sarah a shout out. So we have had one-to-one calls. I know she's done training with us. And she's from Ireland. And basically, she was in the process of converting over to us. So I wanted to basically nail down everything, get us clued up on Hona as she possibly could. And yeah, there was a lot of back and forth. And we eventually got to meet her at our January event, which was only an evening event, but she made the trip over from Ireland.
I love the dedication.
I know, and it was just so lovely to be able to get to meet her in person. So yeah, this is just a thank you to Sarah for making the effort.
For being a Hona community top contributor. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for believing in the brand, and thank you for joining us on this journey. It means everything.
Yes, thank you, Sarah. So should we get into the podcast episode today?
So, silent nail appointments. What are they? Why should nail techs offer them? Why should nail techs request them if they would like a silent appointment? Let's really get into it and understand everything there is to know about it. Yeah,
we'll be sort of like breaking down why they're so important and how to offer them. So in your opinion, what is a silent appointment?
This is coming from a bloke who has never ever had a paying client. But from my point of view, what I would see as a silent appointment would almost be a relaxing, non-talkative, almost quote unquote like a silent appointment where the client quite literally tells them what design they want and they almost just sit back, relax, get pampered, maybe just listen to some soothing music in the background, but it's a real time for them just to let their mind unravel and unwind and relax. That's what I envision as a silent appointment to be.
I think it is what it says on the tin, basically. A silent appointment is a silent sort of treatment. You'll have a conversation with the client before they arrive in, how they want to go about it, whether they want a chatty appointment, a silent appointment. And you can almost take that opportunity then to discuss what they want from the treatment so that you can get planned in ahead so that once they arrive, you know what you're going in there to do for them. And I think that is a really lovely thing to be able to offer if, like you said, somebody just wants that time to sit and do nothing and have that relaxing treatment, like you would with a facial, for example.
Yeah, or a massage.
Exactly. Some people don't want to go in and have their ear chatted off, and I also think that leads very much into body language as well. So if you don't have, that sort of lead up to it and you don't know whether they want a silent appointment or not, judging by their body language and their responses, if you are a naturally chatty person and you want to just go for it, if you're then getting one-word answers back,
this
Take
person...
that as a sign.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's a good thing. So I would have assumed that anybody who wanted a silent appointment would have asked for one beforehand, or I never actually thought about it, that you may be able to pick up on body language and cues that this person actually is in a non-responsive mood, or they're in a headspace where they just want to have a bit of silence and relaxation.
Yeah, I do think that is one thing that nail techs are quite smart on picking up with, is body language and, you know, responsiveness. And I have never sort of really, when I had my salon, been in a position to offer specific silent appointments where, you know, I would put on my booking system or put in my treatment descriptions silent appointments on request, which is I know now quite a lot of people do offer, but that was only because I had 4 nail desks literally within my entranceway, so it wasn't really an option for me.
Yeah, I get that. But if you're able to offer it, it's definitely
100%.
It's a win-win. Chances are you work faster and quiet if you're not chatting, looking up, having conversation. So it's a win for you, because your appointment time probably will come down a little bit. But if your client sees it and books it, you know what? I'm catering exactly for what that client wants.
Leaning into that prescriptive manicure all over again.
And I think the word silent appointment, I think it can come across as quite intimidating, or it's like, ooh,
they don't want to talk to me. Yeah. Why not?
It doesn't have to be described as that. It could be a meditation or relaxation appointment where it's minimal talking, almost spa-esque environment. You got a diffuser, a smell, a candle in the background. There would be spa music on, where this is a time for you to almost just have your hand relaxed, because you want a relaxed hand. And have your manicure done in a soothing... So you don't... While I kind of think the words silent appointment seem quite harsh, quite brash, I bet a lot of people would opt for the meditation appointment or the soothing appointment. Yeah. So you can be clever. You can market the word a little bit differently. And I think if you're somebody who really... You may be having a non-verbal day or down day, and you haven't got the energy to have small talk, you could suggest at the beginning, I'm trialing a soothing manicure, meditation manicure, where we have minimal verbal contact, but there is scented in the room, and there is music on. That could be another way to market it.
If you're not feeling it for the chat. And that's the thing, I think, you know, as nail techs, I think it's widely assumed that we're massive like chatterboxes, and we just outgoing, we're all outgoing. We want to know about your day. We want to know all the goss, the ins and outs. And yes, there are a lot of us out there like that, but at the same time, there's a lot of us that are not, and we do like that sort of. We work better in the quiet. We work more efficiently in the quiet, and so I think by making that known either on your Instagram or your booking page or anything like that, that is how you like to work, you'll tend to attract the type of client that wants that as well. Yeah. So it could work, you know, very hand in hand.
One of my favourite types of massage is a hand massage. Because I think I've got a touch of arthritis. I'm at that age now where like my knuckles hurt, my hands, I do a lot of training, and they're just constantly sore. And I just love a hand massage. And sometimes I close my eyes, Charlotte she's massaging my hand, and it's beautiful. And I would pay for that. Do you know what I mean? And so
that's the one time you are silent.
Yeah, and I think you could it's almost in a massage, in a hand massage, a back massage, it's self-explanatory. You do not talk. You don't even need to... And I feel like a lot of clients may feel like they need to fill the silence. But if they were told beforehand, just sit back, relax, and let me talk with my hands, with my massage, with my the way I apply, because it is a relaxing service. Like prep aside, after you've done that, it's relaxing.
I have so many clients that would say to me that when I'm doing their cuticle work, that for them is like so relaxing. They love that feeling. They feel almost like as if they're having a little cuticle massage. Literally, they've said that to me. Yeah. And, you know, they're feeling like they're getting a really good clean.
It's a pamper, yeah.
It's a pamper. That is a true pamper. So that's when I do find that a lot of my clients are the quietest, which is lovely.
controversial now. Would you charge more for a silent / meditation / relaxing appointment, or would you charge it the same and just be an additional service to try and attract another type of client?
I probably wouldn't charge any extra, but that's from my point of view, because I would see it as like, right, okay, if I was offering a silent treatment, what extra is it going to cost me? It's not really actually going to cost me anything extra, because the only thing that I would do is
light a scented candle, soothing music in the background,
and have their choice of music. And then, in fact, like we said before, I actually work quicker and more efficiently without that back and forth chatter.
So that's where the service time comes down. So your cost per hour is reduced.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm with that.
So yes, you will attract a different type of client, but your treatment time would come down.
And like we spoke about pricing on a different podcast, which I'll pop up here now, which you can have take a look at. It's really, really important to understand that if you are a very chatty person like me, and I'm constantly distracting the office team, that's slowing your appointment down. You may be one of these like, no, I like talking to my clients. Do you know what I mean?
That's absolutely fine to do.
And it's fine to do. But if it is slowing your service time down, this could be almost a forced way. If someone's requested a meditation appointment or a relaxing appointment, see, I keep avoiding the word silent, because I feel like it's harsh, silent. Yeah. But if somebody chooses that, you may find you 15 minutes, 20 minutes quicker. And over 5 clients, that's another client.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Bums on seat makes money.
More money.
So what would be another reason to offer a silent appointment? I feel personally like the world has, and I think the word neurodivergent has become far more understood, far more known. And there is a lot of people out there that really just want a moment or two of quiet time.
Yeah.
And they may have a lot of children at home and there's constant noise. We're right in there right now.
Yeah.
They might be in a busy office where there's constant noise. And the only opportunity that they would really get, like an hour or two of silence, is at that appointment. And they might not feel like it's something you want as a nail tech, you offer as a nail. But if it's there, you're giving them the option, you might attract more clients.
Yeah, I think that's one thing. If offering these silent or quiet appointments is something that you want to do, how do you go about doing it? So number one, making sure that you're offering that on your booking system. So just as you offer your services, put in there silent appointment on request or meditation appointment on request. Make it known out there. Or if you don't have a booking system, have it on your Instagram. Make it just like a little reel of you with the turning the music on.
What does
or
a
turning
meditation
the lights
appointment
down.
like? So lights slightly dim. You still have your light on your desk.
Yeah.
Then it would be the music of your choice, soothing music, the candle.
You might have the iPad there so they can just watch their own little favourite film with their headphones in.
Do you know
Absolutely fine.
I'm selling it to myself.
You're like, I want one of these now.
Just imagine an hour and a half of just blissful peace.
And then at the very end, you get beautiful nails.
And if you are a nail tech who offers hand massage, or you have luxury creams or hand care post manicure, this is the type of thing that would really then be an easy upsell when they're in their relaxed state. Is an easy upsell. And because they're like, who's going to say no when they're like, I've just had a blissful hour and a half, and they're like, would you like a massage? Would you like some exfoliating hand scrub?
Yeah. They could even tick that off in their consultation form, going at the start.
So it's almost like trying to just expand your service range to try and attract, cast your net out wider to try and get more clients and a more diverse range of clients as well, because they would have a different network to your current type of client. So they would then have, if they are a neurodiverse person, chances are they would know other neurodiverse people, and they'd be like, there's this nail salon I go to that offers a really good silent / meditative.
Makes me feel so comfortable. Yeah, it's so inclusive,
It's a real win for you. And I think more and more nail techs are offering it.
Yeah, I'm seeing it more
But
and
if
more.
you're currently not offering it, and I'd like to know, so drop a comment below why you don't offer it. Is it because you've never thought about it? Or you think, oh, well, I'm a chatty lout, I want to talk throughout my day. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you're like, do you know what, I couldn't be silent. Do you know what I mean?
And that's absolutely fine to do as well. But on the flip side then, if you are a nail tech who doesn't like to talk, can that be a little bit awkward as well? Like for you as a client going in and say you're coming into my salon and you're a very chatty person, and I'm a nail tech who's, you know, I've had 8 clients in that day. I'm really not in the mood for I'm smashing them back to back, you know, and I'm really not in that sort of mood to talk. What can we do then to avoid that awkwardness? So number one, you can make your clients aware of this beforehand. So like we said, if you're that nail tech who doesn't like to talk, make it a thing about why, you know, you want to offer these silent appointments. And almost like you said, I'm selling it to you now.
Yeah.
Like sell it to the client. Like, this is why I do my silent appointments. This is why I do my meditative appointments. So it avoids that awkwardness of them, somebody like coming in and chatting your ear off. If they know what this is already, straight away it avoids that awkwardness. But then also, if, again, you just feel awkward in the whole small talk thing, have those go-to questions that you always ask. Literally, consultation is one of the big things. At the very start, if you've got a new client in, straight away you're going to have a little bit of a rapport through a consultation. You're going to talk about, you know, the shape they want, the colour they want, the length, design, things like that. So build on those questions then throughout the treatment. Or then, what's the occasion for having your nails done, if there is an occasion? And then if that person is also a chatty person, they'll give you responses back and it'll be an easy flowing thing. If they're not giving you responses back, you can then take that and be like, okay, right, you're on the same page as me. We'll just turn it to quiet.
Part of the consultation, one of the first things you could have, like, type of appointment you prefer today.
Yeah.
Or
ask them straight up.
Yeah, just say, look, would you like a relaxing, meditative one, or are you in a real social mood and do you know what, you've had a great holiday and you want to talk everything about your holiday?
Have a little
so
gossip.
Again, your whole mission is to give the client what they want, and that's just not the nails what they want, the experience of what they want.
Yeah, let the client take the lead. It makes it so much easier for you as well then.
So that's a good way. If you're not one of these people that don't want to be posting on social media about silent appointments or meditative appointments, you can almost have it as like a top. If you've got to do a consultation at the very start, ask them, say, look, what type of appointment how are you feeling? Like, what type of appointment? And
it makes it more personal as well,
and just say, look, beautiful, let me just dim the lights a little bit, let me pop the music on.
Now that we've discussed what we want.
Just sit, relax, and if I need to ask you any questions, I'll give you a gentle tap, but relax, enjoy, and just let the music take you.
Yeah, I love that.
So that was a nice, quick, beautiful one.
Yeah, just to recap then.
It's one of them that I think more and more people are doing it, but if you're not doing it, why are you not doing it? Mm-hmm. And if there's not a reason why you're not offering it, maybe think about it, as it may introduce you to another type of client. It may introduce you to more bums on seats, which is ultimately your goal.
Yeah, and just remember as well, it's a different type of nail appointment. It's an inclusive nail appointment as well. So yeah, it can really attract that different sort of clientele as well for you. Don't have to talk all the time, babe.
Yeah.
So, question of the week.
Go for it. Okay.
What is the strangest / most awkward conversation you've had with a client? So we're on the topic of conversation. So this one was... This is actually a very funny one. And I've read this a few times, actually. Client asked me, can you go through step-by-step on how to start sending feet pics?
Yeah.
After
it's always weirdos. There's weirdos everywhere.
Feet.
If one of my friends said to me over a pint while watching a F1 or something, I like feet, Mike. I'd like, weirdo, get a grip. And you're even more weird for buying feet pics.
There's a lot of feet people out there.
I don't think there actually is. I think it's just I think it's a novelty, a tongue-in-cheek like feet
It's a
pic.
huge thing.
I don't know. I disagree.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind feet. Like, do you know what I mean? But I don't get off on feet. You don't do it for me. Yeah, like.
What is the strangest, most awkward conversation you've had with a client? One of my clients just said randomly that she had thrush and her boyfriend uses thrush cream as a good face moisturiser.
Weirdos. There's weirdos in the world.
Do you know what?
That's what's good about a silent appointment. You won't know these random weirdos.
Yeah, I'm not being funny. Imagine you were halfway through like a silent appointment and this woman just comes out with, yeah, I've got thrush. My boyfriend uses the cream as a good face moisturiser. Like, where'd you go from there?
Just buy a moisturiser, mate.
Yeah. I share a space with 2 lash techs, and there was this one time we all had clients in. One of the lash techs clients started talking about how much she hates America and how she could never live there. I had to sit really awkwardly listening to this in front of my client, who was an ex-military American. Awkward.
I'd have to say, good day. No, good day, mate. Australian.
Howdy, partner.
How y'all doing? Y'all hate America?
Oh, God.
That's quite a common thing in it. Like, I remember I was at a wedding before, I won't say because they might be the friends of ours, and I was joking about one of the groomsmen. I think it was the best man or one of the ushers, and I was like, oh, he's a bit of an odd character and stuff like that, and he was stood behind me in the back. I died inside, and he obviously heard me because I turned around and he was in, and I clocked, and I went, all right, and just kind of like, didn't say another word to each other.
Oh no, I was about to make a joke of it and be like, yeah, you were behind me.
No, it was, yeah, that awkward. I've done it loads of times. Do you want a famous awkward one?
A famous awkward one?
Well, famous one. Our Love Your Journey event, I was on stage speaking, and I die inside every time I see this now. Do you know Putting in Neutral, Alex?
Oh my God.
Dying inside. So Putting in Neutral, Alex, he just come into the industry, I think they were thereabouts anyway. And I was calling him Tom all night. And he was so polite.
He didn't say anything?
Didn't say anything. I even spoke to him on stage.
I know.
I was like, welcome, Tom. And he was like...
What else?
But he was very gracious, went... And I died. I still think about it now. That's true. 2.5 years ago, and I still think about it now.
You did address it with him afterwards, though, didn't you?
Well, no. It was me. It was a lovely journey. It was me, him, and Georgina in a circle, and I was talking to him, and Georgina went, "Who the hell's Tom?" I was like, "Tom." He went, "That's Alex." And he went, "It's all right. You can call me like."
Oh my God! No, but you did say about it then wait. Oh, we were at the trade show. And we saw him again, and you were like,
so what a joke between you.
Yeah, it is. Right. I love it.
I wake up often dying inside.
That's hilarious.
So let's talk about behind the scenes.
Yes.
So I've got a good behind the scenes.
Oh, go on then.
Charlotte actually flew to our chemist's HQ recently. She was in there developing, colour matching, making our next gel polish collection design. Yeah, it's really, really exciting. Yeah. We spent a good full 2 days there. It was you and Gaia, our head of education.
It was so good, and I was a bit apprehensive of going, but yeah, we had such a lovely time. It was absolutely amazing there, and it was so cool to be able to sort of get to see the behind the scenes and everything. And we currently don't have a lab, so going and actually seeing that sort of setting, I loved it.
Yeah, and it was again we have bespoke formulas that are created for us, that there's none like them on the industry, and we very much are going to be a company that's constantly pushing the boundaries, and we will release something which people may not like, but we'll learn from that and we'll push again. We are not going to have one formula, stick with it for the next 10, 15 years. We are constantly going to be evolving.
Yeah,
That is who we are. We're not going to stand still. And this can be frustrating to some, but we will be that company that finds those absolute gems, like our True Sculpt Hard Gel range. They are absolute gems. They're stunning. They're incredible. Pure foundation. It's an incredible formula. Our new Build a Pot formula.
Well, this is
it's insane.
So this,
you guys need to understand how good it is. Like,
this is the chemist that I've gone to see. So obviously this is a UK formula, which is amazing. And so we really wanted to work more with this chemist as well. So yeah, it was a really good couple of days.
That was a nice quick podcast for you guys. We appreciate absolutely everything you do. So keep continuing to like, keep continuing to comment and share the podcast. Every little bit helps and we really appreciate it. If you haven't, now this is probably our, 15th, 16th, something like that episode. Jump on YouTube, jump on our website, jump on Spotify or on Apple Music, wherever you get your podcast, and take a look at our previous episodes. We've covered a good range of topics now, and there's definitely something you can learn or even just get to know me and Charlotte more.
Yeah, thank you for everyone that has continued sort of to keep up with them.
I know. We're enjoying it. We're enjoying it. All right then. Peace and love.
Peace and love, guys.